Born and raised in Blaine Lake, Saskatchewan, Dave Dutchak grew up not only with strong family values, but also a strong family vision. It was his father, Mike Dutchak, who sought to develop an outstanding emergency medical services company as early as 1957 and started his company in 1976. Today, that vision has become MD Ambulance Care Limited, with Dave as its CEO.
With Dave's personalities and the way he conducts himself here at MD Ambulance, it's just that's why we have almost a zero turnover here. We've got 180 employees who are here full time, and we started back in 1976 with 3 employees. So we are definitely one of the most diverse EMS organizations in the country, and that's not by accident.
From his earliest days in business, Dave has been one of Saskatoon's and Saskatchewan's top business promoters. He has served as president of both the Saskatoon and Saskatchewan Chambers of Commerce and continues to be active in numerous local, provincial, and national organizations. Not only does he have the natural enthusiasm and drive required of a leader, but also the other key qualities to move an organization to new levels of success.
Dave is the kind of person who will really pull his people together and say, this is where I'd like to see us go, and he'll set a direction for us. But then he'll allow the team to come up with the roles or the project on their own and with their strengths. He's very inclusive of his team. He'll always ask us for our opinions, and oftentimes when you hear him speak of that project down the road, you'll hear your words resonate in his speech. And I think that's how we know that we've made a difference and we've kind of achieved something that he's very proud of, is he'll reiterate your words going forward, so you know you've made a difference to him, and he has that ability to make that difference with us by not coming in and micromanaging the project, but simply by setting the direction and then allowing his leaders to do their work.
In his 20 years of being my boss is when you have success, you share that success with the people who brought that success to your company. So Dave is very good of deflecting successes to the people maybe behind the scenes that had a part in it. He'll make sure that they get the credit. That's just in his DNA of his character. And then if someone makes a mistake, or if a mistake is made, Dave will be the first one stepping through the door saying, this is on me, and not deflect that blame onto his employees. So that's something that's you don't see that a whole lot from a whole lot of CEOs in today's world, and it's been the way MD Ambulance has been since I've been here. So knowing that you have that freedom to make mistakes just makes you that much better of an employee, or hockey player, or sports athlete, whatever you might want to use those analogies for.
Dave is particularly interested in the potential of healthcare development in Saskatchewan and holds a vision of our province as the Mayo of the North. He remains committed to this goal and has worked passionately over the years to advance healthcare in Saskatoon and the province.
We had the opportunity to get Dave to go to Japan as part of his chamber activities. Went to a project that was a joint venture between American chambers, Canadian chambers, and Japanese chambers, and went to the Harima Prefecture. And this was just at the time that the synchrotron was developing in Saskatoon, and Harima is the home of the Spring 8 synchrotron in Japan. So he went wearing his chamber hat, of course, but also his health hat. And what became readily apparent to me is that he had an entrepreneur's instinct, in that when he went to Japan, he was looking for opportunity and identified some things around home care systems that we were in transition of developing in Canada that he thought could have some applications for Japan as it would relate to their aging population. So clearly was at a point of identifying market opportunities. He applied the same thought process around spurring a memorandum of understanding between the Harima Prefecture and the University of Saskatchewan around the synchrotron. He identified a talent that we brought in as one of our earlier health conferences, Dr. Bill Tomlinson, who ultimately ended up heading up the Canadian Light Source as their second executive director. And so he always sees a market opportunity and is able to look over the horizon a little bit. And those are characteristics that you often see in talented entrepreneurs. And then that gets married with persistence. And those two characteristics are the key strengths that I see in Dave.
In December 2013, Dave sold MD Ambulance to a national firm and will soon be retiring from the company to pursue new interests.
I just wish Dave all the best in going forward with his new endeavors. I mean, he's been such a big piece of Saskatoon since 1976 and the EMS history in this city, and we know that whatever he chooses to do next, he'll certainly make way and history in that endeavor as well.
Junior Achievement of Saskatchewan is proud to honor our 2015 Business Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Dave Dutchak.